transaction schedule, I said to you, please remember I use the codes. And listen, if the codes doesn't work for you, you find another method. This is what works for me. I say 0 is the month of the transaction. Okay? 1 is the month after the transaction. Now, what you will see, it's important to determine if the debtor starts paying in the month or in the month following. Okay. So now if I look here, they say they pay 50% of their debtors pay in the month. That's why I'm making it a 0. 30% the month following, 18% the month following. So now when I go to my schedule, I'm just going to rewrite for myself 0, 1, 2. And this is 50% less 2, 30 and 18. And let me just repeat that. 50% is, it's 50% of the debtors, and that 50% gets a 2% discount. So 50% of the debt is paid, but I'm only going to receive 48%. Okay. So now I see here's credit sales, so they will give you one of 3 ways. They either give you the total and then tell you what the credit is, and you have to work out the percentage, or they tell you what the cash is, and then you say 100 less the cash. So I must know the total equals the cash and the credit. So they will either give me the total, which is 100%, and then I calculate the credit, or they will give me the cash, and then I know 100 minus the cash is the credit. Okay. In this case, if you look here, they actually told me this is credit sales. So I can just straight put it in. So if I put it in straight, I see July is 80, 90, 96, 100, 110. And now I start. So what I do usually is I say to myself, write down the months you have. So I have July, August, September, October, November. I've got Jason. Did you know that? Did you know that those 5 months makes Jason? Okay, so here we go. So now I'm in July. Can you see July is month 0? That's when the transaction happened. So April is 1, September is 2. So if I'm budgeting for September. September is the 2nd month following the sales. That means I'm going to receive 18%. So I'm going to say 80,000 times 18%, and that gives me 14,400. Can you see? I don't receive anything in October anymore. In October, I'm going to write off bad debt. But bad debt isn't cash, so it doesn't influence my cash budget. Okay. Remember, just again, the principle of bad debts, I'm going to write them off in my books. But in real life, I'm going to still try and find them. It's just in my books that I write them off. Okay. Now I go to August. August is now month 0, base year. You get that? So September is 1, October is 2. I'm budgeting September and October. Now September is month 1, so it's going to be 30%. So I say 90,000 times 30% gives me 27,000. And can you see November is now going to be month 2, which is 18%. So I say 90,000 times 18% gives me,
16,200.
can you see then in December, I did it wrong there.
Why?
September was 27.
Yes, I was wondering why is it.
And October is 16.2. Can you see what mistake I made?
Yeah.
I was just plain stupid. Okay.
Right.
Is everybody sharp? Okay, let's talk. What the transaction happens. Okay? So the month the transaction happens, I coded 0. Okay. And I know in month 0, I get 50%. So the month following is code 1, I'm going to get 30%. 2 months following is code 2, I'm going to get 18%. So now I have to work with every month. So if I start with July, July is 0 there. August 1, September 2. But when I go budget, you can see I only start budgeting here. You see. So now I see September is code 2. So I'm going to say the credit sales times 18% gives me 14.4. Now I go to August. So August, I'm going to say it's month 0. September is now 1 month following. October, 2 months following. So I don't budget August, I only start September. So I'm going to start 30%. 90 times 30%, 90 times 18%. You with me? Now September, same thing. Now September is 0. October 1, November 2. Okay, let's try again.
Why do you like keep on changing that?
Because every year, every month, the months change on. So in other words, if I have my transaction in July, what's the month that's going to influence? So people bought in July, so they're going to pay in July, August, and September. The people who bought in August is going to pay in August, September, and October. You get it? Okay. You guys have to ask me, eh? I don't mind. I might pull faces, but it's just because I can. Okay. So, is everybody fine with the September? So now September, in September, can you see? This is actually nice because now I can see September is my 0. Okay. So now there's a double calculation. I'm going to do the September for you here. Okay. I'm going to take the 96, please stop talking. 96, 50%, no, not 48%. You get 50% of the debt. And on the 50% of the debt, you give a 2% discount. So then I times it with, so the 50% of the debt, I'm only going to get 98%. So that 98 is the 100 less the 2%. So in other words, if I say 960 times 50%, it gives me 48,000. But I'm not going to get 48,000. Because on that 48,000, I'm going to give a 2% discount. So I'm going to get something like 46,000.
No, he's lying. He did something.
No, you did something wrong.
He did something. 47,004.
47,040. Is that what everybody get?
Yes.
So it's 47,040. You guys see what I did?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like, let me do it nice and big. So in September, I sold 96,000 on credit. In September, I know in September, 50% of my debtors are going to pay me. So I'm going to get 50% in. meaning I'm going to get 48,000. But remember, in grade 10 I taught you, how do I get debtors to pay faster? Oh, I give them discount if they pay within 30 days. So, most probably, that's a T&C, and every shop can decide what they want to do, see ya? So, this shop decided, if they pay within 30 days, I give them 2% off. So they're not going to pay me 48,000. I'm going to give them 2% off that. So what's the easiest way to calculate what I'm going to get? I'm saying, I'm not going to get 100. It's UK. This is 100. But I'm only going to get 98. Now, since we know it's timesing, I can somehow do it all together. I don't have to double. I just somehow do it all together. Okay, is everybody sharp now? Okay, so now I go on. So now I have October. October is 30%, ne? Code 1 is 30. So 30% gives me?
28,800. We agree with that.
And November is going to be 18%?
17 to 18.
Okay. Now when I get to October, can you see we cannot receive anything in September? Because how can I receive in September for stuff I'm only selling in October? So there's going to be, if I look at October, I'm only going to start there. So this is now going to be empty. Now I want you to quickly, on your own, try and do October for me. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So now we are in October. So October is 0. November is 1. So October is 0. October is 50 less 2. So I'm going to say 100,000 times 50% times 98%, and that's going to give me 49,000. November is going to be 30%, right? So 100 times 30% gives me 30,000. And now November is easy because November is only November. Duh. Okay, I can't do green twice, ne? So let's play with the orange. There we go. November is November. So it's again a 0. So again I'm going to say 110, 50%, 98%, and it gives me
53,900.
And now I need to total, but please guys, you don't total the credit sales. You only take total this. So I'm going to total these 3 columns. What do I get? So basically what they are telling you here is you're going to get in September 88,000, or you budget to get 88,000 from your debtors. But can you see it's debtors from September, August and July. You see? October adds and November 141,180. Like that. Okay. And there we go. I want to give you the intro to task 3. You're going to do this on your own. Is it wrong?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
You wrote a 4 instead of a 4.
Oh no.
Okay. So, please listen. I'm going to leave you alone for task 3. I just want you to see the following. Number 1, this is total sales.
Oh, total sales.
So they give me total sales. And if I look here at the top, they tell me what my cash sales is. Now remember, I almost told you your total is the cash and the credit. So if the total is 100, the cash is 40, it means the credit is
60.
okay. That's the first thing. The second thing, I want you to look here. They pay 1 month after the date. Meaning they start paying on 1. But your month of transaction is still 0. It's just they're not going to pay in that month. So when I do my months, I say November, December, January, February, March. When it's November, it's already still 0. Still 1, still 2, still 3. But now I'm going to work 1, 2, 3 there. Meaning whoever bought in November, they're only going to start paying in December. But your code does not change. It's just when you start receiving money, it's no longer on the 0, it's on the 1. Is everybody shocked with that? Okay, I want you to do this on your own.